You call your dog once, twice, maybe even 3 times. They look at you. They hear you. And then they do not move. Not even a step. Just a pause. A blink. Subtle shift in their ears and silence. In that moment, something changes inside you. A thought appears almost instantly. Why are they being so stubborn? But what if that is not what is happening at all? What if that quiet pause, that stillness, that refusal to move is not defiance, but communication? Because beneath that one small moment, there is a deeper story unfolding inside your dog's mind. And once you see it, you will not be able to unsee it. But we will come back to that. Most people believe dogs are simple. You give a command, they follow it. You call them, they come. And when they do not, they are labeled as stubborn, disobedient, maybe even bad. But here is what most people miss. Dogs are not ignoring you. They are processing you. And sometimes, what they are feeling in that moment matters more than what you're asking. Let us step into a moment you have probably experienced. You are at the park. Your dog is exploring, sniffing, fully immersed in their world. You call their name. Your tone is firm, maybe a little urgent. They stop. Their head turns slightly. They heard you. But instead of running toward you, they hesitate. Maybe they glance back at what they were doing. Maybe their body stiffens just a little. And then, nothing. You call again. This time, frustration creeps in. They are being stubborn. But that hesitation? It is not rebellion, it is conflict. Inside your dog's mind, 2 powerful forces are colliding. One is their instinct, the scent trail they were following, the environment they were reading, the curiosity pulling them forward. The other is you, your voice, your energy, your expectation. And in that tiny moment of stillness, your dog is trying to decide which one feels safer, which one feels clearer, which one feels right. Behaviorists often describe this as a split-second evaluation. It is not disobedience, it is decision-making. But here is the part that changes everything. If your dog hesitates, it does not mean they do not respect you. It means something in that moment is not fully connecting. Now let us go deeper. Imagine you ask your dog to sit. Simple command. One they have known for years, but today they do not. They stand there. Maybe they shift their weight. Maybe they look away. You repeat the command, a little louder this time. Still nothing. And now it feels intentional, like they are choosing not to listen. But what if they are not refusing? What if they are uncertain? Dogs rely heavily on consistency, not just in words, but in tone, posture, environment. Something feels slightly off. Your voice is different. Your body is tense. The environment is distracting. It can disrupt their ability to respond. To you, sit always means the same thing. To your dog, it is never just the word. It is the context. It is how you are standing. It is what just happened 5 seconds ago. It is the emotional energy you are carrying. And when those signals do not align, confusion begins. Confusion does not look like panic. It looks like hesitation, stillness, silence. What you see as stubbornness might actually be your dog asking, "I am not sure what you want right now." But here is what most people miss. Dogs do not always show stress the way we expect. Let's go into another moment. You're trying to get your dog into the car. They have done it before, many times. Today, they stop just before jumping in. They lower their head slightly. Their body slows. And suddenly, they will not move. You tug the leash gently, then a little more firmly. Nothing. Now it feels like resistance. Stubbornness again. But rewind that moment. What happened the last time they got into the car? Was it a vet visit? Loud, uncomfortable ride? Something that made them uneasy? Dogs do not separate events the way we do. They associate. That car, that space, that feeling is all connected. So when they pause, when they hesitate, when they refuse to step forward, they are not challenging you. They are remembering something. And in their mind, stepping into that car might not feel safe. This is where the emotional layer comes in. Your dog is not just responding to commands. They are responding to experiences, and those experiences shape their behavior in ways we do not always see. But here is something even deeper. Sometimes, your dog does not respond because they are watching you. Yes, watching. Not your hand signals, not your commands, your emotional state. Picture this. You have had a long day. You are tired, maybe a little irritated, maybe distracted. You call your dog. Your voice is slightly sharper than usual. Your movements are quicker, less patient. Dog looks at you and pauses, not because they did not hear you, but because they are reading you. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to human emotion. Studies in canine cognition have shown that dogs can detect subtle changes in tone, facial expression, even tension in movement. To them, you are not just giving a command, you are giving off energy. And if that energy feels unpredictable, tense, or unclear, they hesitate, not out of defiance, but out of caution. Because in their world, emotional safety matters. But here is the part that almost no one talks about. Sometimes, your dog does not respond, because they have learned that responding does not always lead to something good. Think about it. You call your dog to come. They come. And what happens next? The leash goes on. Playtime ends. They are taken away from something they were enjoying. Over time, your dog starts to notice a pattern. Coming when called equals losing something. So next time, they hesitate. Not because they do not understand, but because they do. Perfectly. This is what behaviorists call learned consequence mapping. Your dog is constantly tracking outcomes, not just commands, outcomes. And if the outcome feels negative, even slightly, motivation drops. That pause, that delay, that moment of ignoring you, it is actually a calculated response based on past experience. But here is what most people miss. Your dog still wants to connect with you. Even in that hesitation, even in that silence. Watch closely next time. When they do not respond, look at their eyes, their ears, the subtle shift in their body. They are not shutting you out. They are trying to understand you. And this is where everything changes. Because the moment you stop seeing your dog as stubborn, you start seeing them as thoughtful, sensitive, emotionally aware. Suddenly, their behavior begins to make sense. That pause at the park, it was a decision, not defiance. That hesitation before sitting, it was confusion, not rebellion. That refusal to get in the car, it was memory, not stubbornness. That moment they did not come when called, it was experience shaping expectation. And that stillness when you felt ignored, it might have been your dog trying to read you more than you were reading them. But here is the most important part. Your dog is always communicating, even when they are doing nothing, especially when they are doing nothing. That silence, that pause, that stubborn moment, it is not empty. It is full of meaning. And once you begin to listen to that silence, you start building something deeper than obedience. You build understanding. And understanding changes everything. Because now, instead of reacting with frustration, you respond with curiosity. Instead of repeating commands louder, you adjust your tone, your posture, your energy. Instead of assuming disobedience, you ask a different question. What is my dog feeling right now? And that question, that single shift in perspective, it transforms the relationship. Because your dog was never trying to resist you. They were trying to navigate a world where every signal matters. Every tone, every experience, every emotional cue. And sometimes, they just needed a little more clarity, a little more safety, a little more understanding. So the next time your dog does not listen, do not rush to label it. Pause. Look closer. Because in that quiet moment, your dog might be telling you something far more important than obedience. They might be asking you to understand them. And once you do, you will realize they were never being stubborn, not even for a second.